Welcome back to MSR Master Vision YouTube channel. Today we'll discuss about bits related to the respiration lesson. Now here, what is the meaning for respiration? The term respiration came from which language? They will ask important bit ma. So the term respiration derived from Latin word respire meaning to breathe. So here the term respiration came from which language? So they will ask important bit ma here. So the term respiration came from Latin word. Next here. So the term respiration came into use a century after the word breathing was used way back in the 14th century. Now here, which word used the first? Respiration or breathing? So the word breathing is used first. Then after 100 years, we used the word respiration in the 14th century. In the which scientists they did comprehensive work on properties of gases? Lavoisier and Priestley did a comprehensive work on property of gases. Comprehensive work on property of gases. This is important. Lavoisier and Priestley did a comprehensive work on property of gases. Property of gases. Right. Next we can go for next page. So which gas we called as which gas we called as fixed air? Carbon dioxide was known as fixed air. Carbon dioxide gas known as fixed air. Right. Next we can go for another bit ma. Yes, which gas we called as respirable air? Respirable air means we can say oxygen we called as respirable air. Oxygen we called as respirable air. Right. Next here one term is that. So what is the term? Vitiated air. So what is the meaning for vitiated air? The component or the gas which is needed for burning had been removed, we called as vitiated air. Right. So which gas we called as vitiated air? Which gas we called as vitiated air? Oxygen we called as vitiated air. Oxygen we called as. Here important point is that if all the alveoli of our lungs are spread out, they will cover an area of nearly how much space? Means simply we can say what 160 square meters. Next we can go for important bit here. What is epiglottis? Epiglottis means we can say it is a flap like valve. It is a flap like valve that protects the tube to the lungs, arresting the entry of food. That protects the tube to the lungs, arresting the entry of food. Arresting the entry of food. Right. Next we can go for mechanism of respiration in human beings. So in human beings, how the mechanism of respiration takes place? Here, which part plays a major role in the mechanism of respiration of human beings? Means simply we can say what the part name is diaphragm. The part name is diaphragm. So diaphragm plays a major role in the respiration of male human beings. Respiration of male human beings. But if you take women, in women, which part plays a major role in the mechanism of respiration? Means we can say what side bones. Yes. Next we can go for mechanism of respiration in human beings. So which parts plays a major role in the mechanism of respiration in human beings? Means simply we can say what which part diaphragm plays a major role in the mechanism of respiration in males. Next if you take females, in females which part plays a major role in the respiration of respiration? Means we can say what side bones. Side bones we can say these are the parts plays a major role in the female human beings. Next we can get two words here. One is inspiration and second one is expiration. So inspiration means what we can say taking air into the lungs. Taking air into the lungs we called as inspiration. Next expiration means exit out the air from lungs we called as exit out the air from lungs we called as expiration. So inspiration means taking air into the lungs. Next expiration means exit out the air from lungs we called as expiration. We called as expiration. Right. Next we can go for lungs. So what is the nature of lungs? Lungs are spongy in nature. Lungs are spongy in nature. Next if you take lungs, which lung is small in size? The left lung is small in size. Very important. The left lung is small in size. Next half mark, very important one here. Half mark, very important one. What is pleura? So lungs are protected by two membranes we called as pleura. Expected bit it is. So lungs are protected by two membranes we called as pleura. In between these two membranes fluid is there. So this fluid is helpful for giving protection to the lungs at the time of mechanical shocks. At the time of mechanical shocks, where the gaseous exchange takes place in the lungs. So in the lungs, gaseous exchange takes place in between alveoli and blood capillaries ma. So where the gaseous exchange takes place, that is very important. So in the lungs, gaseous exchange takes place in between alveolus and blood capillaries ma. So this is alveolus ma. Next this is what we can say, blood capillaries. In between alveoli and blood capillaries, gaseous exchange takes place by which process? That is very important. By which process gaseous exchange takes place ma? By the process of diffusion. So here they will ask two bits ma. So where the gaseous exchange takes place in the lungs? In between alveolus and blood capillary. By which process means simply we can say what ma? By the process of diffusion gaseous exchange takes place. Gaseous exchange takes place. This chart, yes, they given percentage of oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen in inhaled air and exhaled air ma. Yes, if you take oxygen, what is the percentage of oxygen in inhaled air? 21%. What is the percentage of oxygen in exhaled air? Yes, exhaled air 16%. Next, carbon dioxide 0.04 and in the exhaled air only 4%. Yes ma, here carbon dioxide 0.04 in the inhaled air, in the exhaled air 4%. So carbon dioxide percentage increased in the exhaled air ma. Next, nitrogen. So if you take nitrogen ma, nitrogen, in the percentage of nitrogen there is no change. So there is no change in the percentage of nitrogen. Based on this, what we can say, nitrogen does not play a role in the respiration process. So here one important bit is there ma, what is the total lung capacity of human beings? So the total lung capacity of human beings is 5800 ml. Normally at rest, who inhale or exhale approximately 500 ml of air. In that 120 ml of air remains in the lungs after complete exhalation. Next we can go for a transportation of gases ma. Yes, how the transportation of gases takes place in the blood means simply we can say by the hemoglobin. It is having one element, it is called as what ma? Iron. So hemoglobin, it is having one element, it is called as iron. Yes ma, if you take another pigment in the plants ma, that is called as what ma? Chlorophyll. So chlorophyll, it is also having one element, it is called as what ma? Magnesium. So these two are very important ma. So in the hemoglobin, iron is there, or in the chlorophyll, what is there? Magnesium is there. So hemoglobin, which is helpful for transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin, it combines with oxygen, then it gives oxyhemoglobin. So in the form of oxyhemoglobin, the oxygen is supplying to the different parts of our body. So whenever the oxyhemoglobin reaches to the cells, so inside the cells, hemoglobin, it is splitting into Hb plus O2 ma. So here you need to remind what ma, how the transportation of gases takes place means we can say what ma, by the hemoglobin. Hemoglobin having one element, it is called as iron. Next, same like that in plants also one pigment is there, it is called as magnesium. So magnesium gives green color to the plants ma. Respiration you can take means respiration, it is two types ma, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means in the presence of oxygen respiration takes place, means we can say aerobic respiration. Next, anaerobic respiration means in the absence of oxygen respiration takes place, means we can say anaerobic respiration. If you take cellular respiration in prokaryotic cells, cellular respiration takes place in the cytoplasm. In eukaryotic cells, cellular respiration takes place in the cytoplasm and mitochondria. So here in the respiration process, whatever the energy is released, that energy it is released in the form of ATP, then it can store in the mitochondria. That is why mitochondria we called as what ma? Powerhouses of the cell. Mitochondria we called as powerhouses of the cell ma. Here very important, which cell organelle we called as powerhouse of the cell means simply we can say mitochondria we called as powerhouse of the cell. Ma. Right, here very important bit ma, here if you take ATP, yes, how the energy will release? Yes, energy it is released in the form of ATP. What is the full form of ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. So what is the full form of ATP? Adenosine triphosphate ma. Expand ATP means what we can say? Yes, ATP means adenosine triphosphate ma. Next, one more bit ma, here very important ma. Each ATP molecule gives how many calories of energy? Each ATP molecule gives how many calories of energy? 7,200 calories of energy is given by the ATP ma. Right, ATP means what? Adenosine triphosphate. The respiration process, glucose converts into pyruvate. Yes, pyruvate. So pyruvate, what is it is mean what it contains means it contains 3 carbons. That is why it is called as what 3 carbon compound. 3 carbon compound. So if the respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, we call as aerobic respiration. Absence of oxygen or low amount of oxygen, we call as anaerobic respiration. So here important what are the products we observed, what are the end products of anaerobic respiration? Lactic acid and energy. Next here, if you take fermentation, what are the end products of fermentation? Means simply we can say ethanol. So ethanol is the end product of fermentation. So one more bit here, accumulation of lactic acid. Accumulation of lactic acid results in muscle pain. So why we can get the muscle pain after strenuous exercise? Means simply we can say what accumulation of lactic acid leads to the muscle pain. Next anaerobic respiration. If you take anaerobic respiration activity here by this experiment what we can prove means simply we can say what testing of production of heat and carbon dioxide. Testing of production of heat and carbon dioxide under anaerobic respiration. In this activity we can use what paraffin wax. What we can use liquid paraffin we can use. Next one more indicator also we used. What is the indicator used in the anaerobic respiration activity? Means simply we can say diazine green or Janus green B. Diazine green or Janus green B. Right here, what is the use of liquid paraffin? So the supply of oxygen from air can be cut off by the pouring of 1 centimeter layer of liquid paraffin to the mixture. Here, yes, in this what we are taking, here we are taking glucose solution. For this glucose solution we are adding yeast. So yeast in boiled and cooled glucose. So then we pour liquid paraffin. So what is the use of liquid paraffin? Means we can say what yes, it can cut the supply of oxygen. From outside to inside. Next here Janus green B indicator. So by using Janus green B indicator what we can do means simply we can say what yes, by the Janus green B indicator we can find the presence of oxygen in the glucose solution. Next we can go for fermentation. Or what is the definition for fermentation? Means sugars convert into ethanol. Sugars convert into ethanol by yeast. In the process of anaerobic respiration, what we can get ethanol we can get. So how we can separate this ethanol? Means we can separate this ethanol by a separate method we called as what very important method. That method name is fractional distillation. Here two scientists is there. According to the Lavoisier, what he told respiration was a process like combustion. Very important. Who gave the statement respiration was a process like combustion? Means Lavoisier. Yes, he wrote a compilation in the year 1783. So respiration is a combustion process. He told what respiration is a combustion process. So same like that one more scientist gave another definition. That is what respiration is a type of combustion. So based on the observation of these two definitions, what we can say, these two definitions are same. To the respiration. Next here we can go for another activity observing changes during combustion of sugar. So what changes takes place during combustion of sugar? Here in this activity, yes, what we can take yes, in the test tube we are taking glucose, then we are burning with flame. Then during the burning of glucose, what is happening? The glucose melts and then it releases a gas. When the gas released into the lime water turns into milky white. So based on this, what we can say, by the combustion of sugar, which gas is released? Means simply we can say what carbon dioxide is released during the combustion of sugar. Next page, evolution of gaseous exchange system. Right here in amoeba, next in hydra and planarians, how the gaseous exchange takes place? By the diffusion process. Yes, in fishes, how the respiration takes place? In fishes, the respiration takes place by the gills or branchiae. That is why it is called as branchial respiration. Suppose if the respiration takes place by the skin, we call as cutaneous respiration. So in frogs, what type of respiration takes place? In frogs, respiration takes place by the cutaneous and pulmonary. But in reptiles, birds and mammals, respiration takes place by the lungs. So that is why it is called as what ma? It is called as pulmonary respiration. It is called as pulmonary respiration ma. In the plants, respiration takes place by the roots and also by the lenticels on the stem ma. So very important one ma, lenticels where it is. So lenticels we observed on the stem. Most of the plants can aerate their roots by taking in the oxygen through lenticels or through the surface of their roots ma. So these type of roots we can say what ma, aeration of roots. So aerial roots we observed in which plants? So this is very important ma. Aerial roots we observed in mangrove plants ma. We observed in mangrove plants. These are the mangrove plants ma, where it is surviving or where it is living means these mangrove plants are living nearer to the marshlands or nearer to the seashores ma. Yes, at that places, so these plants cannot get proper oxygen. That is why these plants can get oxygen by the lenticels or by the root heads ma. Lenticels or by the root heads. Next ma, here they given one activity ma. Yes, here what is the activity? Evolved carbon dioxide in respiration. Evolved carbon dioxide in respiration ma. Yes, in this activity we are taking. In this activity what we are taking? Yes, we are taking germinated seeds in a beaker. Then we are keeping lime water containing beaker. After this, we are keeping this experimental setup outside. What is happening? Yes, from these germinated seeds to carbon dioxide will release. Carbon dioxide, it enters into the lime water. The lime water turns into milky white. Based on this, what we can say, in the process of respiration, carbon dioxide is released. Take respiration and photosynthesis ma. Right, photosynthesis where it takes place? Yes, photosynthesis takes place in the plants. Photosynthesis we called as what type of process? Means photosynthesis we called as anabolic process. Means what ma? From simple substances to we can get what ma, complex substances. That is why it is called as anabolic process. So very important ma. Which is the best example for anabolic process? Means simply we can say what ma, photosynthesis. Next we can go for respiration ma. Respiration we called as catabolic process. Respiration we called as catabolic process ma. So in the respiration process, complex molecules convert into simple molecules due to the breakdown. That is why it is called as what ma, catabolic. Respiration where it takes place in the cellular respiration takes place in the mitochondria. Next, if you take photosynthesis where it takes place, photosynthesis takes place in the chloroplast. Next, one more thing ma, at what time more respiration takes place? At what time more photosynthesis takes place? That is very important. So during the daytime the rate of photosynthesis is usually higher. So daytime photosynthesis is more than respiration. But if you take respiration, the respiration is more at night than daytime. Next, one more interesting bit, very important bit. So temperature, humidity, light intensity, etc. seem to the effect of ratio of photosynthesis and respiration in plants. So in the plants, so which factors can affect the ratio of photosynthesis and respiration? Means we can say what ma, temperature. Next what ma, temperature and humidity and light intensity. So these are the factors which can affect the photosynthesis and respiration in plants. So simply we can remind ma, which factors can affect the ratio of photosynthesis and respiration in plants means simply we can say what ma, light intensity. Yes, light intensity. Next H for what ma, humidity. Next T for what ma, temperature. So temperature, humidity, light intensity. So temperature, humidity, light intensity, which can affect the ratio of photosynthesis and respiration in plants. So 200 subscribers. Have a nice day. Bye.